When the Pittsburgh Steelers traded for wide receiver DK Metcalf, many thought it was the beginning of the end for George Pickens in Pittsburgh. But following some telling comments in Metcalf's introductory press conference, it seems like it's time to put a damper on those trade expectations. Hey everyone, Rob Gregson of A to Z Sports Pittsburgh, and today we're going to discuss why George Pickens and DK Metcalf can coexist on the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's right. In his introductory presser, Metcalf raved about George Pickens. He called him a physical freak. He said that if Pickens didn't have a personality where he wanted and demanded the ball, he shouldn't be playing in the NFL. And quite frankly, I totally agree. The problem is, what is it going to look like the first NFL Sunday that the two of them get together, they lose a game, and one of them has a bad game? Who's going to blow up? How are they going to react? We know that both of these players are some of the most talented, physically freakish, dominant wide receivers to ever grace the NFL. We know that they can win deep balls and go routes with the best of them. But we also know that they both wear their emotions on their sleeves. In fact, the two wide receivers that have been penalized the most in the NFL the last few seasons now play on the same team. That's right, DK Metcalf and George Pickens. We know that these two are going to make highlight reel worthy plays on the regular. We also know they are going to cause a ton of headaches for the Steelers. And that's why many have believed that George Pickens' time has come to an end. We know that he's headed into the final year of his deal. We know that he has been a constant headache for the Steelers and has yet to mature in Pittsburgh. We also know that he would have a pretty good trade market due to the fact that he makes plays that few other wide receivers in the league can make, which is just crazy to think in a league as talented as the NFL. But if Metcalf is right and somehow, some way, George Pickens matures and realizes that this is his last best shot at getting a long-term extension in Pittsburgh, and the two can coexist and they can play together, then the sky is the limit for this offense, regardless of who is throwing them the ball. But it all remains to be seen. George Pickens has to mature. He has to know that it's all or nothing this season in Pittsburgh. The Steelers, of course, they could trade Pickens at any time. We know that the draft is the next key milestone, and there are a ton of trades that usually happen over the course of that weekend. But if George Pickens decides that he wants to play for the Steelers for the rest of his career, it all starts with how he handles DK Metcalf. And according to Metcalf, he thinks that those two will be just fine together, leaving little doubt that the Steelers will want to pair them up for the 2025 season and potentially beyond.